Hi everybody, my name is Saria, and I'm bringing you a pre-recorded speedrun that I did of the Japanese version of River City Ransom for the NES, or the Famicom in this case. The reason I'm doing the Japanese version is because, aside from the fact that there is slightly faster text in a few places, this Japanese version of the game is the only one that has the easiest available difficulty mode, which we are calling Easy JP. And so this is a speedrun of that specific difficulty mode. And for me specifically, somebody who tries to run other categories of River City Ransom for the NES and has found that it is bad for my health, I needed a category where the game is much easier, where the gang members, their AI is less aggressive, every single enemy in the game has less stats. It's just much more friendly to speedrun, and so I wanted to try my hand at this. I got the world record a couple of times over willbobsled, basically the new father of River City Ransom speedrunning. It is absurd what he has done for the game. He had the world record at 5 minutes and 50 seconds, and I've been trying to, by all means, get a time that he is not going to immediately beat whenever he comes back to this, and so I'm trying it here. I picked up the crate because that is the fastest way to complete the warehouse. You can see I can use it to hit people through this wall, and I'm doing my best to do that, but I got unlucky with those enemies there. It took them a while to get close enough to the wall that I could hit them, and now I have to wait for this money to go away so I can get these two guys in the same place on the left. That is the fastest way to clear the room. Unfortunately, because of how long it took those two guys on the bottom to get where I could hit them, this is a fairly slow split, but I nailed the Rocco fight and the Death Warp. So that puts us right back to where we need to be to fight the next boss, Blade. But that Death Warp itself was about 133, which is 6 seconds slower than what I would like to see. So this pace is not great, but I did nail the Blade fight there, and so I'm going to give myself a chance to get to the mid-game. This part here, from Blade to Turk, is awful in every single speedrun category, because of the fact that River City Ransom can spawn all of its enemies right on top of you, and then when you're running through the room, you have no idea where they are most of the time, and then they can hit you immediately whenever they whenever they appear on the screen. And I would like to keep this chain, but it's not completely necessary in easy mode. We would like to have a weapon for the next bosses, but so far I've been lucky to keep this chain, and I'm trying to do something called a skid cancel. That's the reason why Ryan keeps lifting the chain like that, and I failed it every single time. It would save frames if I got it, but I didn't. But I still got a good run from Blade to Turk, and this is a very awesome enemy pattern here. And now the Turk fight is the easiest in the game. He's done. Easy mode is amazing, isn't it? Even the next difficulty mode, which is called Novice mode in the Western versions, is so much harder. And now there you can see that I had to reset the room because I got the homeboys, and they were not going to give me enough money to buy the Technique Stone Hands after this Mojo fight, which I did nail. Stone Hands will be important because, as far as we know to this point, it is the fastest way to complete the rest of the game. willbobsled is working on that. He might have a way to do it even faster without Stone Hands. That is another amazing thing that easy mode allows, at least possibly. He's gonna look into it. But the gang members in both of those rooms cooperated pretty well, and we have a very decent pace, even with the terrible beginning and some of the time losses along the way. I did get bopped by that gang member there, but I did nail that factory jump, leaping over that gap, and here I'm going to pause and equip Stone Hands. And the reason I'm doing it here instead of right away is because of this. I skipped the door animation leading into Thor's room, and now the Thor fight itself is pretty straightforward. You just have to punch him twice. I did miss one of the Stone Hands punches though, and so the backup for that is easy. Instead of him dying in 2 rounds, you can just keep walking and pick up his brass knuckles and throw that into him, and no harm, no foul. Basically loses no time. And you could see there, I did what I've been doing in many rooms prior to that, where I jumped. I did a full jump into the next room. That gave me something called floating state. Long story short, it makes all of your attacks stronger until you jump or get knocked down. And that was a very slow gang fight. I got some bad luck, and also I didn't do a good job of punching one of the guys. And so even though that was a good Ivan fight, we are taking some hefty damage here. That is an ouch. But we're gonna try and bring it back in this gym. That's a bad start, and it's the Cowboys, and they can end your day immediately. They are very aggressive, even in easy mode, but I got very fortunate fortunate that both of those guys were right together and on the way to Otis, and I'm gonna try and nail this fight. I did, and now a part that I have a mental block with, the gym jump! And that was made possible by something that the game allows for you, where if you do a fully charged dash jump, where you get the full height, if you dash again and jump on the same frame that the dash starts, you will do the same jump height, even though you haven't run as far as you normally need to get a full dash height on your jump. And now we've got the Dragon Twins after a very good gang fight on the top floor. This is always scary, but I got all of the Stone Hands punches in and was able to separate them so that I was able to skip their dialogue, because if you kill them separately, they will not do their dialogue after the fight. And then I also was able to do the fastest known slick fight to end off the game, the Simon fight, I guess. Yamada, whatever his name is. And that is River City Ransom for the NES in 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That was a very fun run. It was the last run of the session. Very happy that I could pull it down. Sub 540, obviously extremely possible. There were some notable time losses in this speedrun. A slow beginning because of the homeboys, the first two guys that showed up on the other side of that wall in the warehouse. Some inoptimal things on the run from Blade to Turk. I had to reset Mojo's room. That was about 2 seconds right there. And I got hit by some gang members from Mojo until the end of the game, so there's some time losses all the way through there. Yeah, there's just plenty of things that can be improved, and so if you're interested in speedrunning this category, which, if you are interested in River City Ransom speedruns at all and you haven't done it yet, this is a wonderful avenue to get your feet wet and learn the ropes and get used to the gameplay and get used to how just absolutely cruel River City Ransom is, even in the easiest difficulty mode, but it is completely surmountable for any skill level in this category. Unlike every other difficulty mode, you probably are not going to die just by getting hit once, so it is wonderful, and I really hope that you enjoy it if you decide to speedrun this category. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments on this video. All of us in the River City Ransom speedrunning community would love to have you. And also, this is a 5 minute and 40 second speedrun, and I had an idea for a way to commemorate that, so I'm gonna leave this to Past John and his hijinks. Hi everybody, this is about an hour after the run happened, and I just got this idea, so to commemorate getting a 540 in River City Ransom for the NES Japanese version, I will do a kick with 540 degrees of rotation, and to confirm that I fully rotate the kick, I will do a move after it that I could only perform if I get full rotation. So, enough talk, let's fight! Ha! Alright, that's about enough of that. So, now that he's gone, thank God, have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever it is for you. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed, and I hope that it also sheds some light on the various things that happened through the speedrun and was informative. And I wish you all the very best, and until next time, dream on, friends. Peace.